Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Ooh, need to mute you. There we go. I hope everyone's having a decent enough day. Mine has been interesting, that's for sure. I am actually currently finishing up a couple things in Animal Crossing, though it is not nearly enough to bother showing you guys. I'm quite literally just finishing this one last thing, not doing a whole thing with it. I'm not going to keep doing an Animal Crossing series ahead of each stream, but nice, that's good. I have not fallen asleep on the couch. I did, however, sit and ponder my dinner for a very long time, to the point that my reheated meatloaf got cold and was less appealing, therefore. And that was a shame. Not that it was particularly good meatloaf, it was literally just Trader Joe's, and it was just like heat and serve kind of stuff. I got it yesterday because it was like, I want something different than, you know, turkey soup, because I have a lot of turkey soup. I was like, I want something different than turkey soup. Let's try this. And I mean, it's fine. Nothing to write home about. You know, it also just like sits in your stomach a little weirdly. Not that it like makes me feel gross exactly, but it is definitely like it's definitely like mine is better. When I make it myself with turkey instead of beef and pork or whatever they use, it tastes better. It doesn't feel quite as gross after the fact. It's less oily. I don't know. I should make food myself instead of relying on these places to make it for me. How about that? That's the lesson I should learn and take away from this. Alas. Yeah, I just have a problem falling asleep during the day. That's my big thing. I can't really sleep during the day unless I'm like really sick. Then I can usually sleep during the day. And then I'm definitely one of those people that like everything has to be perfectly aligned for me to sleep. So that means like I have to be in my bed, I have to be in pajamas, I have to have covers on me, no matter what time of year it is, mind you, no matter what time of year. um, and you know, I have to be in the right position. It's all very particular. Princess and the Pea, that sort of deal. I'm so jealous of people who can fall asleep pretty much anywhere. Like that, it makes me jealous. Because I really wish I could. The thing that I wish I could do even isn't so much falling asleep anywhere. It's falling asleep anytime. That's the one that really hits me. Like I want to be able to just fall asleep at any given time. Like within minutes. I wish I could. It takes me so long to fall asleep that I don't know. I don't know. I will never understand it. Is there a thing for this? Huh. No? Hmm. Crafting, sweet, savory. These are recipes. Oh, it's in the other category. Okay. That makes way more sense. Yeah, it just means that napping has always been a rough thing for me, so I just don't I don't bother. I don't bother trying. If I'm tired, I usually just try to push through and just get through the day, and it usually works. Some days just not gonna work well. Like today was definitely one of those days. Just had like a little bit of everything go wrong this morning. Recovered in the afternoon, but it was like, oh shit. No, I do want to sell these. It was definitely a little bit of like, I need the hits to stop coming for a hot minute. If anyone saw my Twitter account, that was not a cry for help. I am doing fine. Like I said, it was a rough morning. It's been a rough week. I'm ready to not think about it for a while, but that's gonna be a tall order, not thinking about everything. Anyway, not gonna dwell on it, that's for sure. Not going to dwell on it because I can't own sake. Just drop these in my mailbox thing. Despite the caffeine, I'm still gonna yawn on screen. Good. Yeah, as you can see, I'm much lower energy at the moment. So the idea of me doing like this fully voiced thing that kind of tells the story on its own, and I can provide my own commentary, is a heck of a lot more appealing than me basically having to carry the story on my own shoulders. Because especially when, because that's the thing with Elsinore, and that's why for anyone who is on the Discord at least, that's why I was hesitant to do Elsinore today, despite the fact that it is incredibly interesting. While it is interesting, and while I definitely want to do it still, it's like a lot of text-based games, anything that has you reading a lot, I struggle to stream that because I want to give you guys time to read it, but I also need to keep moving things forward. So I don't know if that should be like me being able to, like me needing to read it off, or like, you know, should I give a summary? Because like with Bayonetta, for instance, when we hit those journal entries, I kind of tried to read through it real quick, see if there was anything important to mention, and then I mentioned it as commentary of my own. The couple of times that I read the whole thing, it just felt like it plodded along. I don't know. I mean, well, that's the thing. I do want to think about it. It's just I don't want to have to do the game's work for it and then think about it. Is that fake? Gotta decide whether this thing is fake or not. I think it's fake. I have a little guide app that has all the art in it, and it will tell you, you know, you can look at it and see the difference between the real and the fake one, and this one's fake, yeah. What's frustrating though is a lot of times when I know the actual piece of art, I know what it's actually named. You can't search by that. You have to search by the name that is given in the game. That's like detailed painting, or, you know, a somber painting or some BS like that. Very annoying, but like, yeah, that's it. Just finished though, so we're all good. See, I know I do want to think about the game, but like, I don't want to have to be a conduit for its storytelling as well as wanting to think about the storytelling, if that makes sense. Like, if it's a matter of me noticing something and wanting to point that out, totally cool. If it's a matter of there's no voice acting and everything has to be read on screen and my pace is going too fast for my viewers to actually read along with me, then I am then in charge of conveying the story itself as well as my interpretation of it. And that's just like mental effort. So that's kind of my view on it. Maybe I am being bitchy, but it's going to take a back seat for a little while. All right, I guess we're done. I mean, I'm done with that. I wanted to start it earlier, but like my Switch wasn't here. It was in my work backpack because I had intended to play it on my lunch break and then ended up not, as per usual. That keeps happening. I keep bringing it to work, being like, "Oh, I'll just play at work, you know? It takes me like 15-20 minutes to eat and then I'll just chill and but like nah, 15-20 minutes I eat and then I sit on YouTube and stare at the screen for a while, maybe play some solitaire because I'm bored, and then go back to work. Definitely could do that better. So I left it in my backpack and I just sat down, I picked up the controller, I tried to turn it on. I'm like, why isn't it working? Where the hell is my Switch? Why isn't it doing the thing? And I looked down, I'm like, I haven't plugged it in. And then I was like, where is it? It's in my backpack. My backpack is in my bedroom. That room is not this room. That requires me to get up and out of my chair. Now I have to perform the mental calculus of, do I have the amount of energy that takes me to get up out of my chair, go across the house, get to my room, open the bag, grab the thing, come back. And then it was just like a matter of just like inertia. I was just like, I'm sitting here, an object of rest will stay at rest until the force acts upon it. And the force of me wanting to play Switch was not strong enough in that moment to pull me up. So I started playing late, and now we're done. That was pretty much it. I am sorry, because that is my fault, Elliot. I am sorry. That is 100% my fault. I absolutely fucking hate that song. My mother and I both absolutely hate it. It is our least favorite. It's easily our least favorite Christmas song. And I want nothing to do with it whenever I hear it come on, which is why I hardly ever listen to the radio. It's it's not why I don't listen to the radio, but it is a benefit of not listening to the radio. I don't have to worry about it. Which is nice. What I can also say, let's see, other Christmas songs that I don't like. My mother hates Santa Baby. She hates Santa Baby because she thinks it's disrespectful to women and paints women in a bad light, which, if you view it a certain way, yeah. But, you know, I live in a hellscape, capitalist hellscape, so I listen to Santa Baby and I go, girl, you go fucking get it. Get that sugar daddy. Do it. Do it up. I don't even, you know what? Valid. Valid. I also just really like the song. Eartha Kitt's great. I'm pretty sure Eartha Kitt's the one who originally did Santa Baby, and she's my favorite. She's my favorite recording of it. Yeah, Santa Baby. Yeah, she's the original. And Eartha Kitt, always a good time. I mean, great singer, great vocalist, also a great voice actress. I mean, Yzma, Emperor's New Groove, iconic. And that's maybe the most. I'll launch into that in a minute. Remind me to come back to Emperor's New Groove and Yzma, because there's an important point that I have there. There is another song that I hate, though. Another Christmas song that I can't stand, and that is Little Drummer Boy. I hate it. I hate it. I don't know what it is about that song, but it bores me to tears, and I feel like listening to it just wastes moments of my life. Like, that's the only thing I can say. Like, Elliot, I know you mentioned other ones that I also do not like Dominic the Christmas Donkey, or whatever it's called, the donkey one that I don't think anyone actually likes, or if they do, they like it in like this weird ironic way, or they're just unfortunate. I hate that song, but it doesn't come across often enough for me to really care. The Paul McCartney and the Wings, Wonderful Christmas Time, that one's kind of annoying too. It's like, you're okay listening to it for 30 seconds, and then after a while you're like, I fucking get it, Paul. You're having a wonderful Christmas time. We get it. Okay, say something else. Anything else. He's just so repetitive. But yeah, Little Drummer Boy, something about that song just It's not even that it puts me to sleep. It just sits there and I'm just like feeling my life ebb away as the minutes go by and stretch into hours, and I'm stuck inside of this boring song that I'm just like, oh, come on, stop. As far as Christmas favorites, because I do have favorites, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, one of my all-time favorite songs of the Christmas season. I love it. It's so laid back and gentle and cozy, but like, I don't know, it's just got this nice feel to it. It's not really a Christmas song, but like the Bach Gnode Ave Maria. It's not a Christmas song, like I said. I mean, Ave Maria as a concept, if any of you are Catholic or ex-Catholic or Catholic adjacent or anything like that, or musicians, you know that the Ave Maria as a prayer is very founded in the Christmas tradition in terms of the story of Christmas, or the story, the myth, the religion, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. The stuff that I don't pay attention to. As a very, very good Protestant that isn't a very good Christian. But it's on one of my absolute favorite albums. My absolute favorite album that I grew up with as a kid is the Carpenter Christmas Portrait, The Carpenters. And on it, to the point where I scratched the CD, is Karen Carpenter singing a rendition of Ave Maria, the Bach Gnode version particularly, not the Schubert one, which is the more, I mean, the Bach Gnode and the Schubert are kind of like equally famous. The Schubert one is the bum 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 bum. I just sang completely out of key. Ave Maria. That one, the one that starts da, 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 da. That is the Schubert. You'll find it pretty much everywhere. If you want a really good recording, listen to Barbara Bonney. She does the best one. End of story. But it's nice. It's good. I like the Bach Gnode one because I'm a basic bitch. It takes the first prelude from the Well-Tempered Clavier in C major. And keeps going, you know. But then Gounod, who is a composer from the 1800s, added the Ave Maria text and a vocal line on top of that. And it's got a little bit more Sturm und Drang. It's got a little bit more push-pull and just emotion to it than Schubert's, in my view, which is meant to be more placid and gentle. I'm trying to remember how it starts. The vocal line. Ave Maria, gratia plena. Not warmed up and I sound terrible, but you know, that's the melody. Great song. Love it. It's ingrained in my brain as a Christmas song, whether it really is or not. So that, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, and the Christmas song is what it's called also. The Christmas Waltz. I like the Christmas Waltz, which is also on that album. Oh my God! Do they know it's Christmas? Do they know it's Christmas? Oh, that one makes me uncomfortable for the same reason, the colonialism. And trying to explain that to my mother and my grandmother last year was like pulling teeth. I was like, "Can you not see why this is bad?" And they're like, "No, I mean it's wishing that they have a good Christmas too." And I'm like, what if they don't celebrate Christmas, though? Because a lot of them are Muslim. What about that? And they're like, well, you know, you can wish someone happy Christmas too. And I'm like, yeah, but if you walk into a synagogue and say Merry Christmas, don't be surprised if they kick you the fuck out. Like, it's the same thing. It's just yeah, it feels very, very colonialist of like, oh, you know, these poor African villagers, do they even know it's Christmas? And I'm like, do they even care? I mean, do they? Why would they in some cases? Is there a reason that they should? Like the idea, it's that kind of proto-evangelical idea. It's the idea of like Christian being the default, and therefore everyone must celebrate the way that we do. It's Christian Americanism being the default, you know. You know, how it happens here is how it must happen everywhere, because this is just obviously what makes the most sense, even though it doesn't. Like, there's anything that I can't stand, like the tiny little things that I can't stand. We're not going to talk about big things tonight because I want my sanity. But like tiny little things I can't stand. Tipping, can't stand tipping, not gonna lie. It just injects unnecessary math into what should be a completely mathless operation. I love servers to the end of the earth and back. They should be paid a fair wage that is not reliant on the kindness of strangers. That's it. I always tip 20% at least, even when I'm just getting a bagel from the coffee shop across the street. But like, shouldn't be reliant on that for revenue. That's just not how that should work. So tipping is kind of pointless. I wish we could just be like, you know, most other developed countries and just not have it. The other one that I really can't stand is price tags not reflecting the actual price. And this is something that, again, is a very American thing where we add the tax on after the fact. So what is on the sticker is not what you pay. Like earlier today, even, I bought new bike bags, new panniers for the back of my bike. And I looked at the price tag on it and I'm like, okay, $189.99 for a pair of bags. Not a bad deal. Okay, goes to ring me up. It's $205. Like, not that this changes my calculus. I'm not gonna not buy it because it's suddenly now over $200 instead of being under $200 before. But like, come the fuck on. Oh, wow, that wiggled my home monitor. Like, just print the price that it actually is, inclusive of tax on there. Not to mention, it also just, I don't know, the idea of including the tax after the fact, I think just serves to make the fact that you are paying tax more visible, which feels like it's a goal of the anti-tax brigade. That, oh, we should abolish all taxes and everything will be fine. Well, doesn't quite work. The town of Grafton, New Hampshire is an excellent example of why that doesn't quite work. They managed to have New Hampshire's first bear attack in 100 fucking years because they basically abolished all public services because they didn't want to pay taxes. Well, anyway, again, we'll not get into deeper things. How did we get here from Christmas songs? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. The other thing I was going to talk about, Emperor's New Groove, Yzma, and Eartha Kitt. That's right. So Emperor's New Groove, interesting backstory on this. It was originally meant to be a proper Disney musical in the same vein as, you know, all of the Disney Renaissance had been up to that point. It was meant to be this big, epic, dramatic musical movie that was animated in the same vein of Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, even though those last two, they kind of completely messed up. I don't know why I'm getting this. I'm tired of getting notifications that I can get my booster shot. Like, I've already gotten it. I even had to tell my doctor earlier this week that, yeah, I already got it. And he's like, oh, you did? I'm like, don't you have access to this in like the system? Because there's like a whole statewide system. Okay. But anyway, so it was meant to be this whole big thing, and Eartha Kitt was on board from the beginning to play Yzma. Like she was going to be Yzma in this dramatic, fully musical production, and she had this whole song called "Snuff Out the Light." There was I can't remember the plot of the original plot before they reworked it into more of a comedy, comedy thing with John Goodman and everything like that. But it's such a good song. Like, don't get me wrong, Emperor's New Groove as it is iconic, and it does not need anything. It really doesn't need anything. But at the same time, it did always kind of feel like a little bit of a waste that you had this amazing singer in Eartha Kitt as a voice actor for you, and you didn't have her sing. You know, turns out they did, and they actually recorded it, and they even storyboarded it. I can even find the thing, and I can link it into Discord real quick. But it's like, it's so good. If it had been actually included in the movie, it might have been one of my favorite Disney villain songs. Oh no, I guess they didn't storyboard it like I thought they did. Womp womp. Looks like they did actually release the thing. Huh. Is this actually it? Yes. Okay. Just wanted to make sure it was actually Eartha Kitt and not like some weird cover thing. If there's anything I can't stand on the internet, it's finding a bunch of random covers when you're looking for the original. Like, don't get me wrong, when I'm looking for a cover, totally fine, but when I'm looking for the original, please just give me the original. Do not make me hunt for this. The original should never be buried underneath a cover unless the cover is just instantly better. Okay, I need you to stop. Music room. There we go. Let me put this here. Boop. Okay. Now we will stop. Where's my... There. I need to find the thing. I don't actually know if this has controller support. That's a good question. I should double check on that before I start trying to use my... That's not how this works. Trying to use my controller on it. Oh! Where are you? Where did you go? Store page? There we go. Optimized for use with controller and mouse. Good enough for me. All right, let's connect this baby up. Let me just also make sure that it's actually connected. Put my headphones on. I need to upgrade my GPU thingy that does the thing that I can't remember the name of. It's called a driver. There we go. Need to upgrade that at some point. And let's hit the play button. Hopefully everything works. I tried setting this up ahead of time. So... Come on. Catch the game. There we go. Yay, it's working. Okay. Let me know if you need, like, well, should be all good. I'm gonna make sure that, oops. I'm used to playing with, the Pro Controller now. This is a problem anytime I switch between Nintendo and using my Xbox controller, is I keep hitting the B button thinking it's A because that's where the A button is. But A is in the bottom. I've never understood why. I know why they did it. because I have a GameCube controller right here. Like, because they are mimicking the mapping of the GameCube controller, except the GameCube controller, the A button was the main button because it was the biggest fucking button. Like, ugh. I just wish that we could have the GameCube controller buttons here instead of these equally sized things. I think that would just greatly improve my enjoyment of that controller. Yes, no, I was going to say I'm going to make sure subtitles will be on. If it allows me to put the subtitles on. There we go. I'll say should. That's a very basic all right, we're ready to go. Here we go. So, full disclosure, I have read this book. I actually really enjoy the Kingsbridge, yes, Kingsbridge trilogy, which this is the first book of. Don't be thrown off by the fact that this says book 1, chapters 1 through 7, and all 3 of the books, quote unquote, here are Pillars of the Earth. Pillars of the Earth is only one book in the Kingsbridge series. The Kingsbridge series essentially follows the same town and the same cathedral over 3 different periods of time in English history. Pillars of the Earth is very much at the earlier end of the medieval era, I believe. Let me double check on all this as well. Just so we all know what we're getting into. It's a really interesting book series. I'm not gonna lie. Ken Follett actually writes some really interesting historical fiction, and I kind of love it. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the 2. What is this? Go away. This is one of the 2 of his series that I really, really like. Okay, yeah, so this is in the 12th century, and it covers the time between the sinking of the White Ship and the murder of Thomas Becket, if anyone knows what that is. The White Ship, in particular, was a vessel transporting many nobles, including the heir to the English throne, that sank in the Channel during a trip from France to England near the Normandy coast on the 25th of November, 1120. Only one of approximately 300 people aboard survived, and those who drowned include William Adelin, the only legitimate son and heir of Henry I of England, his half-sister Matilda of Perche, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, his half-brother Richard of Lincoln, the Earl of Chester, Richard de Almonche, and Geoffrey Riddell. This led to the succession crisis in a period of civil war that was from 1135 to 1153, known as the Anarchy. So that is the backdrop of this book, quote unquote, this story. It's during that time in the 1100s. So that's that. So then, for instance, that World Without End. Yeah. So then after that, the sequel is World Without End, which picks up with a lot of the same families that we see here. The same, not the same characters, but same families. It's 157 years later, and the background is 100 Years' War and the Black Death. And then the final one, I believe, is Column of Fire. I don't remember if I've read this one or not. And that one is 1558 through 1605. Kind of with the background of the Catholic versus Protestant during the 16th century. So, I really don't remember if I've read that one or not. It's a really cool series. I recommend it highly. It's really fun. The other one that I really like is called the Sentry Trilogy. That one is a lot more modern. It follows several different families in different strata of life in bunches of different countries. There's an American family, a family of an American senator. There is a German noble family. There is a English noble family. There is a Welsh poor working class family. There is a Russian working class family. I want to say those are the big ones. And the first book takes place just before and all the way through World War One. And then the second book picks up with World War II, and the third book picks up with the Cold War. And so it follows these three families as they end up connecting with each other and rising and falling with power and intermingling with each other and sometimes combining with each other, and how it's fascinating. It's really well done. I also can very much recommend that one, though that has nothing to do with what we're doing here, which is 1100s England. So let's get into this. Start a new game. Your unsaved progress will be lost. I had progress? Yes, I do want to play the tutorial. Are those... Okay, I was to say, are those ads going to stay there? Aha! This must be Benedict Cumberbatch. Think about an object in your environment. Stand near it and press X multiple times. Ah. Okay. What? Okay. Okay. Let me just move my mic. It might make some noise. Hold on. There we go. Uh-huh. Oh, this is gonna be like little mini games and everything. All right. This tutorial is very strange. Okay. Benicio Cabbage Patch. I think it just looks like him. He's not actually in it. Yeah, when I keep saying discount Benedict Cumberbatch, it's because as I was putting together the ad for this, I was like, wow, that guy has like big ass cheekbones. He looks like Benedict Cumberbatch. Or that other weird English guy that people keep casting. You know, the red-haired one that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. I don't know, American film companies just absolutely love posh-sounding British actors that have really strange facial features that are incredibly distinctive, and yet no average human would ever look like that.
Can't complain.
Eddie Redmayne, that's it, yeah.
There's a cozy tree in my back.
I promise, this will be the last fire. After tonight, it won't be trees anymore, but walls and a roof. In Shiring, I will find a job.
What if the bishop wants to hire you for life? To keep his palace in shape, but maybe strengthen the town's defenses?
I know, right. It's a little on the nose for my taste.
There. Took me a lifetime to find some dry ones in this wet. Why didn't we just use your staff? That old thing would have done nicely.
Because that thing is precious. It's not made to burn. And we might be able to sell it. Right, now let's see if this does the trick.
Here we go. Boop. Let's do a little bit of rearranging.
I told you.
I told you. You sound like I'm not gonna like you.
Martha, you want to cut up some turnips? We'll be making soup.
If it helps.
So yeah, 12th century and
You go and look for water.
teens are just...
We could just eat snow.
No, it'll be proper water for my family. You sit, I'll take care of it.
You still haven't answered my question, Tom Builder. What if the bishop offered you a job like they did in Exeter? Something that is beneath your craft, but pays for a lifetime. Easy work.
Well, building something is never easy.
You know what I mean. After Exeter, you said I could create something that matters, something that stands for eternity, or I could die setting up houses and sheds. But what if houses and sheds would feed your family? Would you stay this time, or would you keep on looking?
I'd be glad to stay.
Would you now? Just promise me you'll think about it.
It would be one thing if you didn't have a whole family to take care of, but yeah. Received a clue?
Maybe we can sell the baby.
Alfred!
I'm joking. Don't listen to me.
Alfred,
What? Aren't you supposed to get water? I am not keen on eating rotten leaves tonight.
Alfred!
don't mind him, dear. Boys must act tough if they want to get by.
Is that so?
Yeah, I have to agree with Agnes on that one, actually. Oh, these controls feel weird.
I'll be right back.
I know. Stupid snow. Why did it have to come down just now?
Should never have left.
Well, we're here now. Guess there's no use complaining.
And how's my little girl holding up?
I don't have time for holding up. I have to cut up our dinner.
Oh,
You're a steadfast lass, Martha.
that's about as straightforward as it gets. I mean, good on you, Martha. Everyone else is like, what do we do in the future? And Martha's like, I have to cut the turnips. Future does not matter to me. I must cut the turnips.
Hungry?
I'm fine.
Can you see the sun yet?
No, but Martha.
Don't distract me. I'm working.
Okay. See if this mason's tool is a farewell gift in Exeter 1125. New boundings. Shadow can tell the time point out the east. Direction the church must always face. Exeter was Tom's first time working on a cathedral, and initially it was like any other job. But soon Tom began to understand the importance of proportion, symbolism in numbers, almost magical formulas for solid structures. Staff reminds him of his dream to one day build a perfect cathedral from the ground up. Okay. Deep in the woods.
Shoo.
This collection of stones looks very strange.
Nah, no getting through there.
Fair enough. Could have told me that before I tried, though. Maybe? Also fair enough.
It's just more woods down that way. Houses and sheds.
Fuck!
Walls and roofs.
Damn it!
Harder, Tom.
Wow, I suck at this.
I'd be glad. I should be glad.
Tom, what's keeping you?
The Allfather. Nope. You need to put the... There you go.
And did you think about what I asked you?
Dreaming of building a cathedral was foolish. When we get to Shiring, I'll take the job.
Why is a cathedral so special?
Well, you've seen a few. You should know.
Yes, but there are so many already. Why do you have to build another one? Is it because God needs more houses?
May I?
If you must.
Well. Actually,
I don't know
a
where this is
cathedral isn't
going.
so different from any other house. It always starts simple, with some walls.
And on top of that, you put a roof.
Very good. A roof to keep off the rain, and walls to keep up the roof. Together that makes one big, long, but dark room. Like a cave. So of course you may want some light coming in.
Windows.
Right. So the people inside can see what they're doing.
I think you forgot something. People can't get in if there are only walls.
This is cute.
So, what do you suggest?
Doors, of course.
Right. And not only
Aww.
doors, but a big and impressive one to let in as many people as possible. By now, we've carved quite a few holes in our cathedral. Unfortunately, not every building can carry a roof like that, and have so many windows.
So what do we do?
Good and solid work, that's what we do. If we don't want our cave to collapse, we have to make everything perfect. Not only strong, but consistent and perfectly even. The walls, the roof, the windows, everything perfectly proportioned.
You shouldn't say big words like proportioned when talking to a child.
What does it mean?
It means beauty. Well, it means not only will it keep them dry,
We're gonna have to take the whole Christian thing with a grain of salt.
Agnes?
Oop.
Mama?
Bad time. But when does that ever be a good time?
The baby is coming.
But it's not due. Have your waters broken yet?
Soon after we started walking this morning.
You should have told me.
I'm so tired. I don't believe I can bring it into the world.
Oh, look at all the blood.
Children? Martha? Collect some reeds and make me 2 lengths of string, each big enough for a necklace.
What for?
You'll see.
I don't know if this is good or not.
What about me?
Take care of your little sister.
She's all right. She's busy. Let me help too.
Get more water. Take snow if you must and make it warm.
Right.
Right, what can I do to help?
Cover me.
Will look around, let me, okay. I got it.
What else can I do?
Just stay with me.
The water's warm now.
Put it next to me.
This is, going well.
Oh, your hands are cold.
Yeah, I could warm them for you.
No. Stay here. Please.
Okay.
It's not long now. Be ready.
Alfred. Go and collect more wood. Let's have a bigger fire.
More wood?
Do what your father tells you.
Yes, Mother.
Well, I don't know if this is gonna work or not.
I'm here with you.
I know. It's coming! Help me, Tom!
Did I do enough for this?
It's coming!
I can see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that teenager was not
Horrible.
He's perfect.
gonna do well.
Perfect boy. You're still bleeding.
It's all right. It will stop soon.
I don't think it's going to be all right.
Yes?
Thank you for being my midwife. Do you remember the night I came to you? In your lodge? When you were working on my father's church?
Of course. How could I ever forget?
I never regretted giving myself to you. Never. For one moment. Every time I think of that night, I feel so glad.
Me too.
I hope you build your cathedral.
I thought you were against it.
I was. But I was wrong. You deserve something beautiful.
This is
build a beautiful cathedral.
Yeah. Just in case you wanted something happy, this was not it.
Papa, what's wrong with her face?
Agnes! Agnes, wake up!
Well, she wasn't wrong. The bleeding would stop soon, but... Yay! Medieval medicine. Prologue over. Onward. Here we go. Ooh, that's a visual. I don't really know. Looking at a couple of things online, there do seem like there are some slight differences in how it ends. So I'm assuming that there will be. I don't know about that one though. What I can say about that one is that's kind of how it went in the book. She does not survive. Beginning of the book. This is gonna be the small thing. If you do want to read the book, I still recommend you reading it, but this will spoil the book. This will spoil a lot of the book. It's still worth reading, but yeah, no, this is... I'm kind of interested to see how closely it hits the book, but like right off the bat. Oh, so it is gonna see. Okay, here we go. Struggled to support Agnes during childbirth. Interesting. You want your cathedral to build hope. Okay. Huh. So it is going to give me a rundown of what choices I made. Whether that actually leads to anything? That's going to be the question.
The year of our Lord 1135 had come to an end. King Henry of England, son of William the Conqueror, had died. It was a time of poverty and death. In their despair, some had come to believe Christ and all his saints had gone to sleep, and that the pillars of the earth themselves had begun to crumble.
Hey, they said the thing. Said the thing. New Year's Day. Why is my controller off all of a sudden?
Is there no one to welcome us?
Who goes there?
All right, my controller keeps dying.
You just crossed the bridge, right?
Can I pause? Can I pause,
A
please?
farthing for you and a penny for your horse.
Ah. Okay, fine.
Monks and villagers don't have to pay a toll.
Sorry, I'm not good at this. I told Brother Paul. It's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
That'll be nice.
It is not much, but I can share this with you.
Okay.
I hope now it will be easier for you to fulfill your duties.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Okay.
Will you take care of my horse, brother? I've come to see Prior James.
These pauses are a little...
Prior James? That's him the bells are tolling for. Leave the horse here. I'll get it down to the priory later. The fish should go nicely with that cheese.
What? Why are they ringing the bells?
Don't you know? The devil has come to Kingsbridge.
The devil has come to Kingsbridge?
Cryptic. Alright, we're gonna hit a quick pause button in order to put more batteries in my controller, because I would rather use my controller than the keyboard. So I will be right back.